Oh, you get fireworks.
Mhm.
She gets fireworks. Holy shit.
Oh, Anna, there's coffee down here.
Oh, good.
I
I
made
might need.
coffee.
What? I was trying to get your icons, but on how you guys got your avatar set, you have locked into where I can't get it.
Oh, because my avatar is literally my avatar on YouTube.
I know. I tried grabbing it and it wouldn't let me.
No, my avatar on my auto is the same as my YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I did it so that, people who see me on here, when I turn
Yeah.
off my camera, they
Yeah.
can see my avatar and it matches up to my name on YouTube.
Right. That helps.
Yeah, so it's more like recognizable because my mom could not find me for shit today. She was trying. She couldn't
Other
find
than
me.
that, what did you guys think of the new intro?
I liked
Cool.
it.
Oh my God. Jen,
Yes.
I ate hot stuff again.
Oh.
This time it's not her fault. This time it's not her fault. Frank ordered the food.
Uh-oh.
What did he order me anyways? Really? Really?
All right. Tonight we're going to try with the video again.
I wish I
My
would have
Uncle
knew
Brad
this
trying
was so
to
hot.
doing this interview with Sue Costello, which she is a comedian, a very funny one.
Bitch, I got crinkle fries.
Figure we need some comedian funny stuff because of all the crap that's happening over the YouTube streets.
I got crinkle fries. I got crinkle fries.
So we're gonna try this.
Don't you try to rob me.
Huh? It's only 45 minutes, guys.
Sorry. Anna's coming down here asking for a fry.
Ah.
Plus, you know you love crinkle fries.
Yeah, she got some crinkle fries and now.
And hello to everybody starting to come in the room.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Okay.
All right.
What?
Not
Sooner
fully
we
yet.
the sooner we start this, the sooner we'll be done, and then the second half we can just bullshit.
Okay, because when like 11 to 12 hits, I have to get off.
All right.
I have to
What
be
time do you have?
6 a.m.
Wait, what time do you have to be off?
By 11:12, because she has to be, Angie has to be off.
Because I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I'm thinking about it.
She stays up any later, she turns into a sim.
Listen, I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. Don't test me today.
We had to take my godkids. Oh, yeah, so all the kids who just started school, good luck on your new school year.
That's like on you.
Oh, shit, damn, Tom. My dad.
I'm sorry, my eyes are whacked out. Nothing, everything's fucked up, and I've had a migraine all day.
Uh-oh.
So
Actually, I had shit to do today, so I had to be up early.
Yeah, well, that's why
okay.
I ain't get the. I was doing the intro, and I was also getting that done. That took me a while, and then me and Dan had to go do some running around. That's why I did the thing at 3 o'clock instead of like I normally do.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
Disco and final. All right, everybody ready to watch
Hold
this?
on.
And we have permission from. I have permission from my uncle and everything. Let me get the banner up because of the ones that don't like to behave and play nice.
copyright law of 1976. This could be used for educational and entertainment. Please do not show hate for anyone that's in the videos or whoever. Thank you very much.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4, y'all suck. I think that's what I said suck. Oh wait, he does.
All right. Everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
And so, how did that first gig go? And so, how did that first gig go? Where you just got up on stage?
I threw up. And I remember just as soon as I got that, in hindsight, looking back over my career and my life, it felt like home because I grew up in such a violent neighborhood, violent and funny. So, and I find comedy to be violent and funny at the same time. So the idea.
A huge shift is taking place on planet Earth. People seem to be waking up, tired of the way things used to be. They are creating something brand new
And this
and
is
changing the
Waking
world we live in.
Nation.
My name is Brad Zollett, and I get to sit down with the next everyday people just like you and me
This
from
is
all over who are doing amazing things. Welcome to Awakened Nation.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I have a great guest here today, Sue Costello, the hardest working woman in show business. Welcome to the show, Sue. How you doing?
Thank you. I just always think whenever anybody says like the hardest working woman, that sets me up for everybody to go, well, she's not the hardest working because there's another hardest working. Like whenever they say something about your looks, they're like, oh, she's not working.
I've watched you. You are a very hard worker. Trust me. You have worked very hard. I mean, the Boston Herald says, as a performer, Sue Costello is energetic and fearless. That's definitely you. Describes you to a T. Huffington Post says you're a brilliant
He's not kidding.
comedian.
She is a good actor.
Spending time with
She's
Sue
good in the
Costello is
Hollywood
a little
business.
like spending time with a tornado. You're going to be blown away, says the Desert News. And Sue Costello is a distinct voice on stage, the Los Angeles Times. I'm just jazzed that you're going to be on the show today because you have a one-woman show that you're doing. You produce, you act, you do everything in your TV show. I've watched you grow as a performer as well. Let's get started. Sue Costello, how did you get started in comedy?
Well, Kevin Chapman got me started. Kevin Chapman's an actor, and he was on Person of Interest for a while. But he's been in tons of movies. But he wasn't in movies at the time. He just lived in my neighborhood. And everybody had always told me that I should do comedy. Like even when I was a kid, I used to put on shows. I would be in the variety shows. When I was in the band, I would put on sketches. I produced a show at the Pine Street Inn. Like we were going to feed them corned beef cabbage and corned beef and cabbage for St. Patrick's Day. And we were in the 8th grade, and I was like, well, they need a show. I was like, they don't get to go out and have entertainment. We have to put together a show. So I put together a whole variety show for them at the Pine Street Inn. So I've always been, and I used to put on shows with my family. I would make them laugh. So I always had that in me, but I didn't have the guts. Stand up to me was not. And even though I used to listen, I mean, it's funny because even though I used to listen to Bill Cosby's album all the time when I was a kid, I never made the connection completely until Kevin Chapman told me to do stand up. Everybody had told me in college, you're funny, you got to do stand up. And I was terrified. I was like, I'm not doing that. But Kevin Chapman signed me up for a comedy contest.
Again, I had this.
Isn't it hilarious
down
that you can be in the middle of
description.
something
If
and not
anybody
realize
wants to go over,
you're it? You're the
go
one who
over to
should be
Waking
doing
Nation,
this.
give him a like.
And so how did that first
and
gig go
everything
where you
else.
just got up on stage? I'm
Show
sure
me
you were
well.
nervous, but
Terrified. I was so terrified. I threw up. I remember
comment.
taking naps. I remember it was really terrifying. And so I looked like a boy when I was little, and they called me
And
Buford.
also,
And so my act was all about how they used to whip
comment
acorns at me and just
on, how you like
just
to do.
but I dressed like Buford on stage.
that's
And I
funny.
remember just as soon as I got that first laugh, I was like, it felt like home. But now, in hindsight, looking back over my career and my life, it felt like home because I grew up in such a violent neighborhood. Violent and funny. So, and I find comedy to be violent and funny at the same time. So the idea of going on stage and being
Hi,
able to be
Claire.
attacked at any time felt like home to me. And I was in school for acting at the time. I went to school for theater.
That's funny. Not funny, but funny. You know,
logically, I would have been just an actress, but because the stand-up reminded me of the danger of home, I kind of went that way.
We were watching Wicked Nation with Brad Szollose.
But I do love this about you. You didn't
he did
try
an
to change
interview
your
with Sue
accent. You didn't try to
Costello.
change yourself.
Comedian.
You came out swinging. And that's what I love about it. When did you start to kind of feel like, hey, I'm a professional now?
Well, I was always inhibited in terms of emotionally being able to handle success. Like I knew my weaknesses. So when I moved from Boston to New York, I didn't want, I kept doing open mics. I was a middler in Boston. But when I moved to New York, I did open mics because I'm like, I'm not ready. I want to make sure I'm strong. My thing is always I want to have a handle over myself before I put myself out there. So by doing the open mics in New York, I knew I could get strong enough and then put myself out there. But by accident, Mark Maron was hosting a show downtown called the Luna Lounge. It was like an edgy alternative show, and his flight got canceled. And I didn't know that until years later that it was Mark that was the missing piece.
Okay.
I don't know. All I did was type to my mom in the chat.
Hang on. No, it's on my side. My side froze.
Oh, God. This internet is just... Yeah.
Let's see. Come on.
Wait a minute. Aren't you supposed to be sick in bed? Go back to bed.
Uh-oh.
You know you catch walking pneumonia easily.
I don't have walking pneumonia.
Not you.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to reboot my computer and we're going to try again. I don't know why it did that.
You're supposed to be in bed. Are you in bed? No, she's sick right now, and I got a little worried because she gets walking pneumonia easily.
She drink lots of fluids, lots of water. Force herself.
She's not typing back, so I don't know. Did she type back? Oh, she typed back, yeah. See, I told you it looks better in a ponytail.
I like it.
Yeah, it looks better with a ponytail.
It looks good. And anyway, yeah, it looks good.
I don't like it with the hair down. It doesn't look right. I thought it would, but my hair's too puffy and there's too much humidity today.
Well, yeah, put it in ponytail.
That's what I did.
What I used to do when my hair was your length back in 1970.
Oh, shit. Would you believe I just did this like an hour or two ago?
Yep.
I got bored watching YouTube. Saw all the people cutting themselves bangs and was like, I wonder... I really liked it the last time I had bangs. I know it was a bitch growing out, but I really liked it the last time. I should do bangs again. Yeah, that's that shit every woman goes through when they're growing their hair out.
Thing is, if you have a really big nose, bangs make your nose bigger.
Yeah, see, I don't have.
You don't. You have a perfect nose, little petite nose.
I have. Actually, it's weird because my mom looks exactly like my grandmother when she was younger, and now as my mom's getting older, she looks like a bigger version of my grandmother.
Yep, that's usually what happens.
And everybody says that I look like her. I don't look exactly like her, but everybody says I'm her little twin. So slowly but surely, I know I'm going to morph into my grandmother. Although nobody can decide which grandmother I look like.
Usually your mom's side, but then again, my son, my youngest, looks just like my father's father,
It
like a
depends.
spitting image.
It depends on the day. Sometimes my mom says I look just like her when she was younger, and sometimes I get told that I look like my grandmother on my dad's side. I mean, that's not bad though. That woman did some shit. As
Did you
far as
guys get a weird? Did you guys get a weird storm this afternoon?
we got clouds and it got really weird around here, but I don't remember it actually raining.
Yeah, it got dark. I mean, it went from blue sky to dark, and
Yeah,
then
but
it
no
rained
rain,
for 20 minutes, and then the sun came out again.
no rain came for us. It just got really dark all
You
of a
lucked
sudden.
out
Then
because we got all the rain, got all your rain. All
good.
right, Tommy.
You can have it. You can keep it. We don't want it.
Okay, here we go.
People seem to be waking up. Tired of the way things used to be. They
Sorry,
are creating
Yes.
something brand
back a
new,
little
changing the
bit.
world we live in.
Good stuff.
My name is Brad Schultz, and I get to sit down with the next generation of idea makers,
Try
the
this again.
disruptors, and the game changers. Every day,
The only person watching my channel is my mom, and I know it, and it's funny.
What the fuck?
Hardest working woman in show business. Welcome to
That's
the
Dave
show, Sue. How you
Navarro.
doing?
Thank you. I just always think as like the hardest working woman that sets me up for everybody to go, well, she's not the hardest working because there's another hardest working. Like whenever they
Nope.
say something about your looks, they're like, oh, she's not.
Oh, yay!
I watched you.
Bye.
Very hard worker. Trust
know.
me. You have worked TV show. I've watched. Let's get started. Sue Costello, how did you?
Well, Kevin Chapman got me, but he's been in tons of movies, but he wasn't in the movies at the time. He just lived in my, told me that I should do comedy. Like even when I was a kid, I used to put on shows.
We're good,
I would be in
Bye.
the-
How are you?
variety shows. When I was in the band, I would put on sketches. Oh, I was like, they can't. They don't get to go out and have entertainment. We have to put together a show. So I put together a whole variety show.
Matey. I think there's too much compression between StreamYard, YouTube, trying to get things out there.
Well, we did try to tell her about playing videos on here, and now it's kind of gets complicated.
Yeah, it is complicated. You need 2 laptops.
Well, it's not that it's complicated. It's more like the
No,
internet is.
it's yeah.
Yeah, the internet's fucked.
I agree.
Come up.
Cell phones too. Today I had to go up 7-Eleven and I got behind the school buses, 3 big high school buses on my way home, and like every 8th kid was one like the 9th kid would be just walking, but everybody got out and wasn't looking where they were going and just
Something just fell. I done changed my room around again.
I'm just gonna keep on finding this. I'm just gonna direct y'all over there.
This is from Spotify, right?
You're it.
Oh no, it's on all kinds of shit.
Oh, well, you just got up on stage, were you? I'm sure you were nervous.
But I was so terrified. I threw up. I remember taking naps. I remember it was really terrifying. And so I looked like a boy when I was little, and they called me Buford. And so my act was all about how they used to whip acorns out. But I dressed like Buford. And I remember just as soon as I was like, it felt like home. It felt like home because I grew up in such a violent neighborhood, violent and funny. So, and I find comedy to be violent and funny at the same time.
Violent and funny, home life.
So the idea me, and I was in school for acting at the time. I went to school for theater.
That's funny. Not funny, but funny. You know,
Basically, I would have been just an actress, but because the stand-up reminded me of the danger of home.
But I do love this about you. You didn't try to change your accent. You didn't try to change yourself. You came out swinging. And that's what I love about it. When did you start to kind of feel like, hey, I'm a professional now?
In terms of emotionally being able to handle success. Boston to New York, I didn't want, I kept doing open mics. I was a middler in Boston. But when I moved to New York, I did open mics before I put myself out there. So by doing the open by accident, Mark Maron was hosting a show downtown called his flight got canceled, and I didn't know that until years later. that it was Mark that was in it. Artie's Mark's flight had gotten canceled, so all the people, all the industry that were there came to Caroline to the new talent showcase because they were already out anyways, and they saw me.
And I remember running into you, talking with you, but I like a super secret thing, you know, like, hey, there's listening to this. Every comedian is trying to material where they can, and you did it in all these other side rooms. People would rush in to test beginning. You know, it's almost like being a white belt in martial arts. You decided, hey, I'm going to do open mics and get strong. What was that like? I mean, were you accepted by New York comics right away?
It's so funny when you ask me that because I didn't care. I didn't. I mean, that's what I think people never based on outside stuff. It's based on challenging myself. So even if they didn't accept me, I don't think I noticed.
It's interesting you say that because I was going to ask you, what makes you tick? You said this, I saw this. So what really drives you?
Love it. Every time I'm on stage, people say that it feels like it's just me walking on stage. There's no barrier whatsoever. And I just love making people laugh. But I also love the mastery of the challenges that I say, if there's a woman on stage and you think she's all the obstacles she had to get through to get to that stage. Better. And I always wanted to overcome that within myself. I wanted to see how, because I was never going to settle for that. I wasn't going to accept that.
Yeah. You're a warrior. I see that. Sue Costello, you probably have seen her on television. She's been on CBS, TV pilots, co-creator of her own self-titled television series, Fox's Costello. Television shows including NYPD Blue show when it was on. She has served as a guest host on NBC's Later, performed on Comedy Central's Premium Blend, and made it to the finals of NBC's Last Comic Standing. She was also a panel member of Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen. She also appeared twice on Mark Maron's WTF.
That's three times now. Sorry to correct you, but that's 3 times. I did it 3 times.
3 Tufkin as well. And most recently, something happened on the Mark Maron show. You said they edited something out. Am I correct on that?
And it's funny that you say that the Jim Gaffigan part. Deal when we did the interview.
Oh, really?
I have a trust with Mark. I already did 2 of them. I know how it's supposed to go down. This time was different. This time he had me do it in New York instead of LA in his studio. We did it in a hotel room. And when I got to the hotel room, he turned the mic on right away and he was very aggressive with me. And I remember thinking, what is going on here?
Right.
That he started the show. He didn't even give me a second to like sit down or anything. And he just kept talking about my woman's work when he knew we were going to talk. It was right in the middle of me. He wanted that. And so he interviewed me. I edit one tiny bit of that because everything that I said was in reaction to how aggressive Mark was to me.
Wow.
So I didn't, and he said, "Don't worry, we don't edit anything the month around where I had and then he sent me they were going to postpone it, and I was like, okay, I didn't know why they were postponing it. And then so it dropped on the 25th of July in 2017. It was with Jim Gaffigan, which I was like, why am I with Jim Gaffigan? And when I listened to the podcast, all my pro woman talk. And
Wow.
when I went to Brandon after that, I said, Brandon, you edited this. And that's why you put Gaffigan on there, because it wasn't long enough. You put us together. I'm like, where does this all come from? Why did you move it? Why did you put Gaffigan on with me? And why did you lie to me? Why did you tell me that you weren't going to edit it? And he emailed me and said, Sue, we didn't edit it.
Huh.
Wow.
And I had
that was
exactly, I
neat.
remembered everything that I said. So I was like, you're gaslighting me. I'm like, this is what this whole woman's movement is about. You're gaslighting me. And then the next day, the article about Les Moonves fell in, dropped in the New Yorker. And what hit me, it was that Mark did the whole interview to make it look like I loved Les Moonves, to hint to something sexual that was going on, because that is what happened.
Oh,
Everybody came to me after
wow,
that
they
podcast and started
fucked you
asking me
over on
something
that.
sexual, which because he didn't have my negotiations in there, nobody was coming to me because of my business. What do I have to say? Allegedly.
What?
Together. Why would he postpone it? Why would he edit out the New York? And then he sent me and the biggest thing is he sent me the unedited once I stuck up to them that Friday. So I have the unedited version. So when it comes time for me to prove it, I'm going to prove what they edited. And I have all the emails of him saying we didn't edit it.
You know, this is a tough thing, you know, Hollywood, this business and everything. Why do you think you're attacked so much? Because I am serious. You are one of the hardest working comedians, period, that I've ever seen. Why the hell does this go on still in this day and age where women are kind of pushed to the side, and don't get their due, is the way I look at it.
Well, what was happening with me was that CBS was trying to steal my pro-woman show and frame me as looking for money for sex with Les. That's what they were doing. And Mark aided and abetted that.
Oh, wow.
Whether he knew what he was doing, whether he didn't know what he was doing, he aided and abetted that, because the guy from New York Magazine was about to write story of Star, which is unheard of. I had a great deal. This was my third deal with CBS. So it was my third WTF and my third deal with CBS. So both of these people I had already built a trust with. So anybody would say, well, why'd you do business with them? Because that's what they say. So it's funny because it's not sexual, but it has all the sexual undertones of, like, you go into a room with a man that you trust. I went into the room and they did fuck me, but they did it business-wise. New York Magazine, as soon as he heard the WTF, he came to me and said, did anything sexual happen with you with Les? And I knew what they had done. I knew that he had made it look like that. I didn't know that CBS had purposely framed me all along to do that.
Of character.
I have a federal lawsuit against them. I am suing them.
Good for you. Good for you.
Good.
The media nowadays is
fraud. They committed fraud with my contract. They gave me a contract.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I got called into the New York Attorney General's office, CBS for securities, and they roughed me up for 3 hours like I was a sexual. The New York Attorney General's what I thought this was. And so when I left, that's when I filed my lawsuit. Once I went to the AG, because they showed me 2 emails that proved that CBS had committed fraud. So that's what I said to her. I go, what are you talking about? CBS committed fraud behind the company The AG just finally sent me all the internal emails from CBS, and I can see it for myself now. They laid it out to make it look like I was a sexual victim extorting them for money while they were stealing my TV show.
Oh, yes, it's been
Because of this?
sued too.
I'm not sure.
Have you been knocked on your ass because of
Yes,
this?
I had a TV show. They were trying to steal my TV show. I couldn't. And the other thing is, I couldn't go sell the TV show somewhere else because, based on their malicious behavior, they would have came after me and ruined it anywhere. So I had to back so that I can sell my TV show. Because if I did it in the dark, based on their malicious behavior this far, they would have screwed me. So yes, they've screwed. This has been going on for 5 years. They've harassed me. They've ruined my career. They ruined it to the sense that they owe me.
Yeah.
But people would say to me, Sue, are you afraid to speak up because you'll ruin your career? I'm like, if this is what they're offering for a career, what do I care?
Yeah.
If I write a show that's worth $1 billion and they steal it and make me look like a whore, if that's what they're offering, I'm throwing caution to the wind. I'm like, let's see what's behind door number two.
This is horrible. I hate hearing this because, you're a good soul. I mean, I've already said you work hard, but you're a good person. You are in the business for a while. You know all the right people, and now they're just like, and God bless you. I hope you make it's back everything.
Thank you. They did it during. Think about they did this during arguably one of the biggest women's movements of all time too.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is like the suffrage time. I'm like, not on my watch. And the other thing is, because I'm a good person, that's why I'm winning.
Yeah.
If I had anything dirty, they would have already framed me.
In which I really admire that you didn't go K movement to bash him. You want to talk about that a little bit because a reporter came to you and really wanted to set you up. Let's talk about that.
And this was a little bit before everything. It was like right in the middle of it. So it was hard. I forget her last name, from the New York Times. She came to me. She's not the only woman reporter from the New York Times who's come to me like a vulture to frame me and everybody else and all the men. So when she came to me about Louis, now mind you, Louis has never helped me. I was never a big fan of Louis. Louis always said I was too pretty for his show. So there was no hidden agenda of me doing anything for Louis C.K. And I'm not saying that he didn't do what he was accusing me, like an absolute vulture, asking me. She said, we're casting a wide net. We're looking for anybody that Louis did anything to. And the disgust that I felt in my body. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, this could make a human being kill themselves. And it's not because of what he did with it, whatever he was accused of. It's because of the way this woman was acting that was going to make him kill himself. Because the way they were going so far, his daughters, he had a wife. I was like, oh, Kara, why don't you write an article about how Louis got to his power? Because it's the abuse of power that happens while the sex stuff happens. And the men who get passed through so quickly, they're gonna have abused their power because nobody's keep about why Louis C.K. is so powerful and where's Sue Costello's career. And I was like, it doesn't even have to be my career. It wasn't even self-serving. I'm like, just make an equal. Think about equality. That's all we want, right? We want to, and sometimes take equality as we're trying to take something from them, their power. Their boundaries on it. So that's all I said to her was, I'm not getting involved with it. And I went to Dave Becky. I have the email. Dave Becky was Louis' manager. And I told Dave Becky that this was about to go down. And then he acted like a crazy person. He brought me in his office an underground vulture. Everybody was using it.
Wow.
How in the hell do you stay sane through all this and perform? You want to tell me?
That is when people see what I did. That's the one thing they're going to want to know how I didn't go absolutely mentally out of my mind. I mean, think about the AG. They pretty much had trapped me into their office under the guys that violations at CBS that they were going to investigate their internal invest going to protect me, and then they attacked me like I was some extra happened, and I was like, what? And meanwhile, I have a contract for a TV deal. Like, so you want to talk about the mind? You want to talk about how they try to like gaslight? Like I was literally in the middle of the Me Too movement while they were trying to gaslight me, while they were trying to steal my show. Oh, and I survived. You know that the Me Too movement was going to happen, and my brain would go, even if I did, how weren't seeing? I was in the I had a private meeting with Les Moonves because of my talent, because of my TV. I would have an email. I mean, have a meeting with this guy to show how disgustingly everybody was just trying to get everything for sex. I couldn't even get an attorney because they were like, "Do you have any sex in your story? In your story, those girls are getting $3 million. Do you have any sex?" And I was like, "What is going on?"
I hope you do a movie about this.
I'm gonna do the movie about it, and I'm telling you, and she's of it because I'm gonna make a comedy out of it because tragedy plus time equals comedy. Like in pain right now, and if I was miserable, and they wanted me to get miserable, they wanted me to look crazy, they wanted me to be like take myself out. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if sometimes they hope that you suicide yourself. Yeah. I mean, you hear this stuff, but
Costello, you are a warrior. I don't know how you haven't had a nervous breakdown. Let's talk about this a little bit more. I mean, in this day and age, it's astounding to me, they're trying to have inclusivity and women in leadership roles. And then I hear your story.
All a show. They're not really doing anything. You look at market to cover their asses. They're all making money just from the show of the equality. It's not real. Like if you think about the talent agencies, what did they do? They took the black employees that were assistants and made them go into a video and put together a pro-black, like a black artist exhibit during the BLM movement. But the art that they put up was bought from auctions around the country where black artists donated them art. The art on the cheap and then put up a show pretending that they were pro-black. And the same thing's going on with the women. And where are the activists from Me Too? Where did it go? What's happening? Yeah. Because it's going to backfire. Because this is what I want to say this very clearly. What the bad guys do is they frame the women for their badness, and then the good guys blame the women. And they've done this through television. I mean, the men have been in charge of all the content that you absorb. So men have been trained for years. Women are whore, women are no good, women are like that.
That's crazy.
But I didn't let them do it to me because I have a so they can't get me.
I might send you a virtual hug because this is we're being raw. It's time to stop bullshitting the public. Let's get raw about this.
And the
That's how it is.
financial
See,
abuse
that's
is
what I
what
love
needs to
about
be
my
talked
uncle.
about. Not only
He
the
doesn't-
financial
He
abuse,
doesn't
CBS
lie. He doesn't
used Me
anything.
Too as a distraction
Puts
from
the
their
facts
illegal
out.
merger. So I was the micro inside the beast. They were trying to frame me as a Me Too victim to steal my idea. But the bigger picture was they were focusing on the Les Moonves stuff to distract from their illegal merger so that they could manipulate the stock market. And I'm thinking, from where I'm sitting, I think everybody fell for it except for me. And also, this is my first time around the rodeo. And I knew I had a good show. I'm like, everybody was foaming at the mouth over my show. And I'm like, and then they're like, we're not interested. And I'm like, you're not interested? Then why do you keep calling me? They did this whole thing. They would call me, then they would say they're not interested, and I'd go. Me. They physically robbed me of my idea in their offices.
Intellectual property.
But that's
If
the
they
thing.
can steal it and they can make millions, we're talking millions
All the
in
Billions.
advertising dollars, billions.
need to get
No,
together
from the
and put
back
their
end of
foots
owning
down.
it. So it's the advertising, but now what's happening is the legacy media companies, they can't compete with the streaming unless they own all of it. It used to be the production all in-house. Disney's doing it all in-house. CBS Paramount and make the money on the advertising and on.
It sucks. Really is.
Good news is I caught them. Is that I caught them.
Yeah, that's what, because they would continue doing this if you hadn't stood up and you didn't show the series of emails and the correspondence and the contract.
To all the women that got hurt after me too.
Yeah.
And being able to under my own agency, they were trying to make me do that without me even knowing what was happening. And Mark Maron aided and abetted that.
Do you think he knew he was doing that?
No, because from going through the whole thing, even with the AG and the woman that the internal investigation, they were talking to Les about me, and I was like, what? I'm like, why would they be talking about Les? I'm like, well, I don't understand. I have a deal. I'm like, what is going on here? I think what they do is the pup. They make them do the dirty work, but they don't know because they realized that they had been played, but they had already taken the money. I think the whole thing about this is the people take the money.
Yeah.
So they pay you and you don't know what's happening. So if CBS if I had done my deal with them, like if I had sent them my script before the Les Moonves article came out, which I didn't need to send it before it came out. It just so happened I waited and then it came out and then I knew something was wrong and then they didn't honor it. So I was smart to do that. But if I had done that, then I would have just looked like some loser who my deal didn't work out. That's how insidious and how gross they are and how they have no respect for women whatsoever. Show and make me look like a whore. But like Mark's still going on. This is the thing. This is what drives me. They think they can just get away with it because they have.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen and watch some of Sue Costello's work. She's intense. She's funny. She's brilliant. And, balls to the walls. That's all I have to say. Let's roll the tape. Here's some of.
Well, I've always been funny since I was a little kid. I think I developed my sense of humor because I had a lazy eye and a patch sense of humor to get people to like me, and I've always wanted to do stand up, and I went to UMass Boston for theater, and I had this friend sign me up for open mic night at Duck Soup, and I did my act in front of my theater class, and they were like, ooh. And I think I got zeros in everything for material and for whatever else but I got a 10 in stage presence. And once I did the stand up, I was like
I'm gonna have my 80th birthday. I do. I think that's a perfect day to really go there on my day. You know what I'm talking about? It's either here on your chin or on your cheek. It's like one of those wires on the SOS pad. It's like just one good. You don't even notice it. You like halfway through.
Myself, it was called Costello. I wanted to continue on with what I was trying to do with the sitcom, so I sat down and I said, let me write this one-person show. The name that I've settled on is minus 32 million words because I read an article times. It said poor kids had 32 million less words than rich kids. And when I read that, I thought, oh, that makes sense why we used to swear all the time and why we would use racist terms and why we only use short, like curt, nasty words because that doesn't seem fair. Because I always used to say, why don't we love each other? Who cares about money? Even when I had my TV show, I made a lot of money and people would say, well, you're going to want a plane and you're going to want a boat and you're going to want this. And I used to feel like communicate with somebody. I'd rather feel happy.
That's everybody.
So I wanted to write a show that mimicked life. And sometimes you can to deal with it. But then after a while, the tragedy, no matter how tragic it is, it lifts. And I always say, and I even said it to my friend this weekend, I said, why? Why do we all keep going? That's the part of the line in the show where I think that hope is always, like, no matter what happened. And I show all of, why did I keep going? And why do I keep trying to change as a person and, make my life a little better? I wrote the show so that people would come into a theater, a dark theater, and be able to feel feelings that they've never allowed themselves. They were going to be like, don't ever do that again. But they're not. They love it.
She's awesome.
So I've watched you grow as a comedian, as a performer, and let's talk a little bit more about your career because you NYPD Blue. Can you talk about some of these? What it was like to act with like true professionals, really being there in the trenches.
I was in The Fighter with Christian Bale. I was in a movie, but most of the roles that I got were against type. So NYPD Blue was supposed to be a 300-pound woman.
My cousin did a series on.
I got with Lawrence Fishburne was supposed to be a black man.
An episode.
I go in and I auditioned. That's why I couldn't answer the question when you said, did they accept me when I don't even
did it.
Yeah, and so when I went in for the audition for and also I got the movie Pushing Tin. I couldn't do it because I was doing Costello, but that was supposed to be a musclehead woman. And I went. She was supposed to be heavy, so I figured I'm not heavy.
So the Bostonian came out, the real Bostonian.
I wore big hair and like a belly shirt, and I had like high pants and a chain. And I walked into the audition. It was Paris Barkley. He's like the head of the Directors Guild now, but he was the director at the time. And I just walked in and I walked back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, smoking my cigarette. And I walked out of the room, and they were like, "What did we audition?" But I never knew that people didn't do this. I only knew what I was doing. I didn't know.
Gilman looks like.
So I was bringing something totally different and authentic than I had seen, and all the time. Yeah. But there were times like I didn't have the experience or the self-esteem.
Well, the way I look at it is this: you're incredible. When you walk into auditions, I mean, I've had this experience. If I see that the part is funny, I walk in very seriously. And then when the scene, they start the scene, then I explore. And a lot of times the casting directors, and I'm going to explain this to the audience more than you know this. The casting directors all of a sudden look up and they go, "Whoa, it began. So you walking in and just pacing back and forth. This, they probably sat there and just went, "Holy crap, we gotta change this whole script."
And so pushing 10, I went in and I just joked around. I didn't think, because it was Billy Bob Thornton and John Cusack who had been cast already. So in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to be in a movie with Billy Bob Thornton and John Cusack. So I went into the audition and I wore a little tiny tank top that said Cranky on it. And I did the entire audition like posing like a market. I was joking around. And I leave and they call me and they say, Mike Newell loved you. You have to fly to Toronto to meet him. So now the stakes get higher because I'm like, oh my gosh, now I really have to like show up. If the filming of the movie was going to coincide with the production, I couldn't do it. So I knew that was in the back of my head. So I'd fly to Toronto to meet with Mike Newell, and he literally is just working with me, and he couldn't believe like how fearless I was, where I would go and everything. And he's like, and then they called me when I got back, and I'm sorry, they didn't call me. My manager called me into his office in New York, and you could tell, in LA, and you could tell something. Yeah, I got it, but I couldn't do it. And he said, because, and back then, you want to talk about being taken advantage. Me to Dan Tana's for a steak. I like sold my whole career for a steak, but I didn't know. I was like, oh, because he said you're nobody, so they'll just move on. So they give you like a little bit of they knock you down. You're nobody, so they'll just move on. And then I was on the set of Costello, and my manager called me, and he said, Sue, Mike Newell called. He said, I have to have that woman in my movie. I'll rearrange everybody's schedule. Now he's rearranging Billy Bob Thornton and Kate Blanchett and Angelina Jolie's schedule to have me in his movie. And they would call him back to work it out. And my agents never protected me, and I didn't know any better back then. I was so young.
Once again, that sucks. I mean, whew. But if anybody hasn't figured that out yet,
I think they're starting to.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because I was doing it right in front of their face. That's what's crazy.
Yeah. I don't think they pay attention. Once they dismiss, I've noticed this with myself.
The thing is, they're not dismissing me because they're trying to steal my $1 billion show. They're not dismissing me. I was on Brewer's show, Jim Brewer's show. I was on Artie Lang's show. I was on Jay Thomas. I was on Colin Quinn. They're not dismissing me. They're pulling me close and holding me down.
That's horrible. Well, you're a fighter. I don't know. I think your growing up the way you did gave you the power, the chutzpah, the strength to go through these. You're going to have that big breakout role, that huge mega role, because you're already doing it. You're already living it. So my hats go off to you. Was there anybody that you worked with? Really?
Yeah.
What was he like?
Christian Bale. There's something about my realness that makes people trust me.
Yeah. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. You remember Christian Bale played Batman.
So I did the movie The Fighter when David O. Russell had just come off. I don't know if you ever saw that video.
Yeah.
So he went wild, and Christian Bale had just come off getting in trouble for screaming at the lighting guy. Remember, they both went mental. So this is the first movie they're back, and they're both together. Won the Oscar was when he was in the crack house. So I played a crackhead. The way I got the movie The Fighter, he taunted me. I went with it, and then he put me in the crack house. The other girls went home. They didn't get in the movie. I got in the movie. So again, against type. So all I had to do in this, we were in Lowell, and the cameras were all crammed into the little living, and it was very uncomfortable. And all I had to do was like stand behind the camera. And when he said a certain line, I had to walk and then hand him the crack pipe and then walk back. It was this big monologue. And so it's very strong. So yeah, so I have to make sure that, and plus these guys are just flipping out mental. If in the third take, he adds an extra line as I'm walking. So I walk on the line I'm supposed to walk on, but he adds an extra line. So rather than screwing up the take, I kind of just hang out, and then he puts his hand on and he takes it. There's no problem. But David, so he comes out and starts screaming at me that he's afraid of. He'll take it out on the woman.
Yep.
Wow.
So I have years and years and years of this experience. So David O. Russell comes out and he's, what are you doing? I mean, screaming at me. I don't even flinch. It doesn't even faze me. And I go, what? I go, he added an extra line. And David, the power of me staying still and just saying what he had an extra, like the honesty, almost blew him away to Christian because he was embarrassed. And he said to Christian, well, he doesn't want you bothering him. And I go, I'm not bothering him. And Christian goes, she's not bothering me. And David ran in the back room. And then for the rest of the movie, him and Christian stared at me. So to speak to the way I grew up, yes, there is a sense of like, there's a.
I'm rolling laughing because I lived in. Who do you think you're talking to? You know, and you don't react. You're kind of like you're ready to punch him in the head.
But I wasn't
just being honest.
In the head. I just was normal. I just taken aback by his own insanity.
Nobody talks back to me. Wait a minute. That is brilliant.
It's why let's move us, because I'm very honest. My heart is filled with love. I'm very honest. You can't get mad at me. I mean, even if you try to be mad at me, and I make you laugh by accident.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Sue Costello. Please do a Google search, take a look, subscribe to everything she's doing. She's phenomenal. She's brilliant. And I'm incredibly honored that you've been here.
People can go read the case if they want, if they
Yes.
get it.
Yes, please.
It's on Pacer. If you go to Pacer, I think it's .gov, and get an account. I don't think you have to pay for it. 53. So 23CV1553. You can read the entire case and you can see what's going on.
Definitely look
Good for you. I hope you win big.
Thank you. I caught them. They just don't want to admit a girl caught them. That's all that's going on. And they're going to any lengths to not admit that a girl caught them.
To this day.
I hate that it happened to you, but I also realize you are a beacon. And I think that's
the line that Mark cut out. One of the lines that Mark cut out of which has nothing to do with CBS. I said, I want to show younger women that you can, as you get older, you can get cooler and more powerful. And he cut that out.
I'm going to let you go yet. We do a lightning round here. I'm going to ask you some fun questions, see if you can talk about some things that maybe you don't get a chance to talk about on other shows. So your question for you is, what is your favorite hope?
My future hope is that we go beyond the sex and we go into the business.
Yay. Good
They
one.
say that Goldie Hawn is one of the sharpest business women that people have had to work with because she played. Everybody got scared. And I see you in the same light. You got brains, beauty, and a chutzpah, to use a Yiddish word. and I love that about you.
Property. I'm not just an actress. I have the.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? You know, you create something brilliant, and it clearly is brilliant. That's why they tried to steal it.
Right.
So good. You're going to win. My second question is, do you have a favorite memory?
A favorite memory? It was when I was in LA with Costello, and my youngest sister and her friends came out to see me, and I had a pool in the house. I wasn't really like materialistic, but it was nighttime, and we had those lights on the fence, like nothing fancy, just those little, lights that you hang in your around for Christmas.
I gotta look that up.
And we were just swimming in the
Look
pool,
it
and
up
I remember
today.
I never felt so. I just felt proud of myself and happy that my family was there to share it with me.
And I'm sure they were proud of you too, and still are, I'm sure. My final question is there anything that you were passionate about?
I think I pretty much told you everything that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about being honest. So the thing about what happened with CBS is they were trying to get me to do something dirty, and I've never done anything dirty. So I was never, because they were trying to pull me into something dirty.
The information there, if you
My
guys want to check
essence,
it out.
and in my
More
essence, it's in my contract with CBS. You cannot own my essence, and then they tried to steal my soul.
Wow. I've never heard of anybody putting that in a contract. You cannot steal my essence. Good for you. Holy moly. Ladies and gentlemen, Sue Costello, thank you for being on Awakened Nation. I appreciate it.
Thank you for letting me talk about it. I appreciate it so much.
You're welcome. Hey, everybody. Tune in next week for another great edition of Awakened Nation. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you so much for being a big part of the Awakened Nation movement. This is how you can help me and our extraordinary guests. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please share it out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And let's grow this movement by word of mouth. Our success will be because of you. Thank you, and see you next week.
And that is it. Next Monday we'll see another little bit.
I was hoping she was going to do 2 minutes of stand up.
That was.
I've never heard of her, and I'm pretty much watch a lot of comedy.
She was one of those comedy actors that was like kind of pushed off the side and being used.
That's basically what Cat Williams said.
I'm trying to read it back here.
If you want to be big and famous, you gotta give up something.
Right.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Welcome back, baby. Sweetie.
Now, I am going to do a little bit more research because I think she is the daughter of Costello. The one.
Elvis Costello?
Yes.
No, you mean
not the singer, but the
no,
one.
Elvis. I get it. I'm just being a dick because I feel like my eyes are. See my picture? That's how I'm seeing shit.
Oh wow!
And I got a constant low grade headache all day. So I wish Brody was here so I could fuck with him.
Double Brody. Yeah, I guess one of us got to write him, let him know that, hey, that's done, jump back in. Because he says every time we put a video up, he lags.
Yeah, I'm sure he does with him riding around and picking up cell phone. whatever Wi-Fi. I don't know.
My phone's like damn near
Right.
dead.
But no, I'm enjoying this. Like different, every week do a different thing from him. I mean, we're helping him, and he's also helping us. So
I texted him.
thank you, Angie.
You're welcome.
And we've been dealing with hot weather here, and then at night we get either a thunderstorm or just rain. And it's been crazy.
Geoengineering.
Yep. Definitely. Did you see those pictures that I sent you last night?
No.
Yeah, I'm talking to Paul.
Oh.
I sent you pictures last night of I went on that Australian site with the UFOs. Bam! I got like 4 or 5 of them right off the back, and I sent you the pictures and over to you so you can see them.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to send it to that guy, but I couldn't get him get through to him. But yeah, I mean, there's one that looks like it almost looks like it's like a grater with the light. There's lights on it, the LED lights.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost they were looking like that, and then they were like curved. I mean, like fold, like bended a little bit, but they were moving away from each other, and then they get close again, and they were going back and forth like that for at least a good 45 minutes to an hour. Then all of a sudden, down below, there was another one that popped up, and it was all green, like the other 2 were, but it only was like a cloud. And then about an hour and a half later, there was this orange UFO that just was coming down from the sky. You're just coming right into the screen. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I might be able to show them on here since we're not showing the video now. Let me take this banner off. That'll help out a lot. I think I gotta get another computer because thank you, phone.
Do you want me to check to see if these I forgot even the name of it. It's supposed to be like the best Chromebook you can get. It was $135.
Oh wow.
17-inch screen.
Nice.
It's an Acer Chromebook CX1.
I don't even know what mine is anymore. It's so filled with stickers and shit. I think I took the original stickers off.
And also, I cut like 2 little black dots beside it. Like you're like following it.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, that's right.
Where'd you get the where'd you record those off of?
That one Australian site that I showed you the other night.
Okay.
Or a couple weeks ago. But you ain't gonna be able to see that one well.
Mine's an Acer Chromebook 315. Mm-hmm. That's about as much of the stickers as I can get off.
Mine's is CX1700 CKA.
Yeah, mine probably has a long ass name too.
U.S. military grade.
One of you's gonna have to either email me that or text me that name. I'll look into it.
Yeah, I probably suggest his because mine glitches when we do the podcast and shit.
Yeah, look.
Don't know what I'm looking at.
dirty windshield.
That
That's,
was pretty well too.
it's unidentified.
There we go.
Flying whatevers. I am going to look for the receipt.
Yeah.
I saved the receipt for this. And you can go to the company if you're interested. See if they still have them. Ah,
Okay.
come on. Where
All
are
right,
you?
come in. Look, I thought that one was awesome. Two of them like that. That was a good capture. And that's when I was saying that orange one or pink, whatever, was coming down from the sky.
Called plasma ships. If they don't look defined and they look like a glowing something.
Yeah. But see that ripple, and almost looks like it's a guard, that lay down guard, whatever. But the other one is a ship. I mean,
Right.
the round ship. And this one here, oh, wait till you see this. I just hate when it has to take so long to focus.
Ooh.
That was the last picture I got of him. But that was awesome. Like, you're never going to get pictures like that again. All right.
Jen,
Yes.
my son said, you want to look for the best prices for new computers, go to Newegg. It's all one word.com.
Okay. I'll check
And
it
I got
out.
this one for $1.35 free shipping. Got it 3 days.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah. Got it.
Down to what the prices are. They go from there of saving up. Tell your son I said thank you. And thank you to you. And Angie. Yeah, I'm smoking a little bit more tonight. But, condolences to Why am I saying her name wrong? Myra Carey, which I know I screwed up her name and I apologize, confirms her mom, Patricia, and her sister, Allison, both died the same day, yesterday. So condolences to Myra Carey.
Relation or just a YouTuber?
No, she's a singer. She's the one that she has that really high voice. Oh, songs like she said, "All I Want for Christmas Is You." There's a whole bunch of different.
What were the names again?
Her mom, Patricia, and her sister, Allison, both died the same day. Yesterday.
That sounds so sus. That really does.
Up. It is messed up. Hey, Peggy.
Hey, Peggy.
You just missed the interview with my uncle. Well, I've shown my uncle's interview with Sue Costello. But, yeah. So, condolences go out to her. And hopefully the media leaves you alone, Mariah Carey. I hope they do.
She'll be fine.
Because lately it seems like the media is being vultures. that's weird. It's the first time I'm seeing my hair like that. It's like I got brown, and then all of a sudden my sides here and a little bit up on top is gray. That's the only part that you see is gray on me.
No, I see little whiffs of gray
Yeah, that's
from
what I'm.
what's coming through the. Yeah, you want to see
Yeah,
gray? I'll show you gray, but I'm not going to show you gray.
I know. I see before, Paul.
I'd be gray. This is the darkest hair on my
I'm
body right
starting to
here.
look like I'm like, oh, who is that girl on the Monsters? That mom? Herman and oh, what the hell?
Yeah, I want
But
to
it
say
almost look like I
Elvira,
almost
but
look
it's
like
not
her.
Elvira.
My hair almost no, I don't look nothing like Elvira.
No, I'm trying to think of the name of the character.
Yeah.
God damn, we're losing our minds.
Yes, we are. Did you hear that Dolly had a yeah, that's another thing. Thank you, Peggy. Another thing, if Dolly does check out this channel, condolences. I hope you have a speedy recovery. Sorry to hear that you had a heart attack. But buddy, stay off of YouTube and get your rest. You don't need YouTube stressing you out. I'm glad you're alive and you're pulling through. They put from what I heard, they put a stent in his heart. So, like I said, praying for a speedy recovery for you, buddy.
Ditto. Yeah, when I thought I was having a heart attack 8 years ago, I had 9 out of 10 symptoms.
Ooh.
And Donnie was on his phone. I said, Donnie, call 911. And he just looked up at me and went, ha! He said, so I clutched my chest. I said, Donnie, I'm not fucking around. Call 911. I'm having a heart attack. So ambulance gets here. 2 big, massive fire trucks follow behind like a hook and ladder.
Yeah.
And our streets are whiny and there's like just enough space for 2 cars to pass.
Right.
They couldn't back the fire trucks out. So they gave me an EKG in the ambulance. And they said his heart's fine. I go, it's gotta be his gallbladder. Get him in here. Get him in here. This happened like 2 a.m. And they gave me too much epidural. I couldn't feel my legs for 2 days.
Right.
But they finished the surgery, remove her, and then they have to get a special liver doctor to remove the duct out of your liver. So, yeah.
Well, when I had that what was it, 6 months ago when I had that stroke, it was in the middle of the night. I felt pain behind my head, going down on this side of my neck, all the way over my shoulder, down my arm. And I was trying to get Dan up, and I couldn't get him up because I couldn't talk, and I wouldn't stop shaking. I was like really badly spasming and everything. And my father-in-law got up, and he was hanging in the bathroom. I'm like, Dad, go wake Dan up. There's something wrong. And so he got Dan up, and Dan came back, and I told him. And at first we were going to wait till morning, but then he just saw how it's spasming and stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, we're getting you in the hospital." And that's where I ended up in for a month. There's Brody. And yeah, that is true. In 2012, a heart attack for someone without health insurance cost $53,000.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money.
Yep.
So don't a stroke.
Yep. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Welcome. What's wrong, hon?
Exhausted.
Oh, I can believe that. Well, we're glad you're not down here right now. It's like I said, it's like right now, it's like 99 degrees. It just came down a little bit. And then my air conditioner is going off every 2 seconds.
It's 86 where you're at.
Where I'm at, my phone says 99.
I just looked on the Weather Channel.
I don't know, but my phone's saying 99. And on my computer. No, actually, my computer says 84. So, don't know which one's right.
I would say the 84.
Yeah.
Now, I'll lean more towards that way. But yeah. And I was hoping Betty would get arrested again today. She's pushing
Yeah,
it.
I saw Burnt Toast's little TikTok thing. It was pretty funny with their mug
See, I
shot and
don't
her
know none of that.
behind. I don't either. It was just I was going through my shorts and I was,
Yeah. The
holy
only
shit.
reason why I'm following it, because I do want to see her get put in, because she thinks she's above the law. She thinks that nobody can have a channel on here. She don't care if you're monetized or not.
Well,
And
she's in for a load of fun now. Just let
sit
it
back and
go.
I'm watching.
Let it go. We'll watch it just because
that's all I'm
you
doing,
figure
really
of all
watching.
the shit going on in the world. That's the least important fucking
All you
thing
gotta
right
say
now.
is, our karma is hitting for everybody that she's hurt. And one person I do miss a lot, and we all talk about her sometimes, is Heels in the Air. I miss the hell out of her. I'm reading that the cost now of a heart attack is $750,000 to $1 million. I wouldn't put it past. It's probably even higher than that. The world or the hospitals or whoever is running the different things thinks that everybody has the same amount of money. That's pretty bad.
It's a business. They don't give a fuck about your health.
Nope.
They just throw new. I just saw a documentary on statins and how it was a fad. They created it. They created fake studies. Same company that made the first statins, and they showed all this shit. Like if you take statins or if your cholesterol's over this, you're gonna die of a heart attack. And so they put all this shit out. And I remember like in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, they were pushing statins big time.
Yeah, Peggy says 1 million for a severe, and then $750,000 for a less severe heart attack. Damn. They just want to get rid of all of us, don't they? Hell, when the doctor did blood test or urinary culture on me, she didn't tell me what else she was doing. I get a bill for $1,000 because the insurance said that they wrote it up wrong. Now I've been trying to get a hold of them to tell them that, hey, you need to correct what you did. So I'm not paying no $1,000. Stretch over from ashtray. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. There, I made it. Yes, I'm staying up tonight. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I've been having every now and then lay back.
Brody, why don't you go to your sleeping spot and take a nap?
That's where I'm at, but I can't.
sleep.
Why can't you take a nap, sweetie?
I gotta work.
Or you try to take a little one so that way you have at least some energy.
No, because if I take a little nap, I'm gonna want to keep sleeping, or at
And
least
then,
try.
yeah.
Why don't you just get a day job, a regular day job, since you're off your SSI? You ain't got to beat the shit out of your vehicle to make a few bucks.
Actually, I'm stopping at a place tomorrow.
Cool.
It's almost like Ubering, but you don't use your vehicle. It's chauffeuring, and they use these Mercedes fucking big ass vans and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like a big ass SUV. Yeah, I've seen the vans
Yeah,
too.
but it's like 14 feet longer than most vans. But you do not require a CDL for them.
Chauffeur's license, yeah. Each state's different, except DC. If you get a regular driver's license in DC, it covers tractor trailers, motorcycles, everything. Because
What?
when I wanted to, yeah, DC, Washington DC,
I'm moving there.
you couldn't handle the traffic.
Yeah, that traffic is nuts down there. It's worse than Philly.
Listen, if I can do Pittsburgh and
No,
Philly,
no,
I can
This
no,
do
ain't
there.
nothing like
no,
Pittsburgh.
no.
Especially when you get around the White House area.
Anyway, I have seen the traffic there before.
But being in it is not seeing it. Where it takes you 2 hours to get to your 18-mile job. 18 miles away.
I know me and Jen, my best friend, we went down there to the zoo and then we went by the White House, and I'll tell you what, it was horrible. We couldn't even park anywhere if we wanted to.
Yeah, the way to get around DC is to park in like the suburbs of Maryland or Virginia and take the metro, which is probably one of the best metros in the country.
I think we're going to do that next time if I ever come back up there. When I come back up there. Because I might end up having to come back up there if my mom has any trouble. So let's see. That includes time off from work. Yeah, that's true, Peggy. The 29th, I get my new equipment. And hopefully I can use that instead of, have that connected in so I don't have to sit there. And that's half of the reason why I think the computer acts up. It's because I have that live chat on, or the live caption, where I can see everybody talking, to what everybody's saying. And that's slowing down my computer too.
Oh, for sure.
It's a long 3 days ahead. 2 days ahead.
Yeah.
3
For
days
you.
ahead. Today was the first day back at school, so of course we got up at 6 a.m. Then we came back.
Mm-hmm.
I sat for a while until work was over, and then we went in to get a washing machine.
Oh, damn.
And then we came back, and Frankie did order some food, so went out and got the food.
And we got well, it's like I said, we got chicken sandwiches today. Dad was like craving for Chick-fil-A. And so was I.
Chick-fil-A.
Tomorrow I
Oh,
was supposed to go to my
I hate
doctor's appointment.
I
But it's
hate
like
Chick-fil-A.
tomorrow I'm supposed to go to my doctor's appointment, but it's at like 6:30 in the 6:30. It's at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it.
Do they bill you for less than 24-hour cancellation?
I don't give a fuck if they.
I would give a fuck.
You never had Chick-fil-A, Peggy? Oh my God, it's
Oh, you
good.
got the mac and cheese. Ooh, their mac and cheese.
They're disgusting, I think.
Ooh, compared to
I haven't
what?
tried mac
No,
and cheese yet.
KFC is so much better.
Yes, KFC is better.
And on
When
top
it
of
comes
the
to the mac and
doctor's
cheese and stuff.
appointment, the wash machine's coming, and then the next day the cable people are coming, and oh.
Well, the Chick-fil-A, I don't know what the fuck they do with their fucking chicken, but ugh, with their bread.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You got a weird Chick-fil-A. You know, like
Oh,
all
I tried a couple
McDonald's.
of them.
I don't eat Chick-fil-A.
I don't either. A couple times a year, maybe.
No, I mean at all.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I just never really liked it like that.
Yeah, me neither. Even their chicken nuggets that they call, ugh, the breading sucks.
Yeah, you're not used to eating real chicken. That's why.
Oh no, I eat real chicken when I go to get KFC.
Phew. Shit's too salty. Everything's too fucking salty at KFC.
I never had that issue.
Well, or we have a shitty KFC then.
I really love their famous bowls.
No, I don't like mixing my shit up. It's more something like a little kid would do. With the corn and the fucking chicken and the taters and the gravy.
We haven't got Popeyes in a minute.
That's the best, mixing in it. What did you say, Andy?
Huh?
I said, what did
She said
say?
Popeyes. She says Popeyes is the best.
Yeah.
No, I said we haven't had Popeyes in a while.
Neither have I. It's been about 10 years.
It's been a minute. Sometimes they order from Popeyes and I just look to see what else I want.
Every time I hear Popeyes, it reminds me of that old cartoon.
How the fuck is this? Ooh, tonight, Noel is not the fucking night. Let me just sit here and let your ass know. Noel, tonight is not the fucking night. You don't want this.
Stinky, your attitude is what makes you ugly. I'm just saying.
I am tired. I am stressed, and I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. And Paul has gone silent, which means he's afraid or is cracking up.
I got bigger fish to fry.
Ooh.
Yeah, right? Don't be jealous that Angie has more friends.
You know what the problem with Noel is? You're ugly. You're too loud.
How did we ban her?
We did. I don't know how the.
Hold on.
Yeah, you don't really have. Hold on, don't do her yet, Jen.
She's in.
I don't give a fuck about your friends. I'm still wondering how your friends still fucking stand your ass, because I can't stand your ass.
She's in yours, Angie.
Oh, hell no. This is about.
She's
Bye,
on your
bitch.
side.
That's why you have to. I was gonna say that's why you have to have Daddy do everything for you. Damn it!
Yeah, they do use MSG. Peggy.
Well, it's not joking.
McDonald's fries has 14 ingredients. Go figure. You would think it'd be potatoes and oil, right?
Yep.
14 ingredients in a freaking French fry.
I had to stop myself for a minute. I was about to say something I was going to regret.
Yeah. But Noelle, when I met you were banned permanently, you are banned from channels that are up here.
Because of your look.
Talk to my guests up on the panel, my family that's up here on the panel. You're not going to treat them like crap and call them names. We don't play like
yeah.
We don't play like that. And I
Calling
understand you got whatever.
Calling Angie a hoe, really? At least she gets some.
I mean, I have 2 people and you have 1. That's if he can actually stand to stay with you. I've been in a faithful relationship for about 16 years. Come back to me.
Next time you come in, Noelle, next time you come in, you're underneath a different channel and you start calling those names like that, I am calling your phone and you will give your phone to your dad.
Like she's going to do that.
Well, then I guess I'll look at her dad's phone number.
Paul, isn't that what you said to somebody?
Huh?
What's that?
What?
About the thing of you and your wife. I think you said you guys have been together for a really long time.
46 years.
Come back when you get some, years or weight upon it.
Right.
Or at least come back whenever you actually get some. Just saying.
Because we've been together for 16, maybe a little bit more years.
Yeah. Peggy, if she comes underneath Noelle, like I said, you are granted to ban her on the spot. Because State ain't the only account she has.
See, I am not the one. My shirt says it all today. I am not.
So I just don't get it because I banned Stinky.
Look.
Unless she was on your stream, Fireflies.
Yes.
No, on mine.
She was on
she got
Angie's
banned the other
stream.
day. You banned her the
No, I mean the last time.
On both accounts.
Yeah, because I banned her on that name.
Okay, I don't know. Well, if we see her come in again underneath a different account, we'll know.
Me too. I swear I banned her.
Yeah, but on your side, you might not be all the way banned. The Noelle one might not be banned yet. On your side.
Well, what it is that she might have been on. No. If you ban somebody, they get banned immediately. So I don't get how.
Yeah, she'll get banned on my stream since this is like, even though we're all together. But the fact that whoever stream she's in, that's where she's going to be banned in. So now, since she went over into Angie's, Angie now got her Stinky Ann account.
Like, thank y'all for having back and all, but I did not come to the internet and make friends for some petty ass bullshit for some bitch I don't even like. I actually fucking came out of my shell.
Yep.
And came on the street. You know how much of a big deal this is for me to be here and talk to you guys.
I know it's a lot. I know it's a big deal, and I appreciate every time you do come on.
Like
Appreciate every
Well,
Michelle here. I don't like people. I don't talk to people because people bring bullshit.
hey,
I'm sorry. People bring bullshit.
not
You
Yeah,
have
me.
nice people who
internet,
don't
yeah.
bring the bullshit, and then you have bullshit people. I'd rather not deal with the bullshit people.
Exactly.
But I didn't do nothing.
No,
She
she
didn't
hit a
say
fucking
you.
nerve. That's what the hell happened. I'm already, like I said, tired, stressed, and it's going to be a long couple of days where I'm going to be tired and
That's
stressed.
why I wish she didn't ban her for that second right there. I was gonna tell her, at least we don't have mommy and daddy do everything for me.
No, we're not going to stoop that low.
That's why I stopped myself with the other
I would have.
going to make.
I understand you would have, but
Only because of the mood I'm
would have been
into.
banned for another. I would have been banned for a month.
No.
No, I only went half family on her. Trust me, that's not the full family. The full family one I gave a shit.
Yeah.
But I actually think about other people and think about their feelings and shit before I
Right.
at least try
Right.
to. I might get overly pissed off, but I try.
It does. So I was doing that little pig thing at the end of the cartoon.
Anna.
Uh-oh. Thank God Anna wasn't in
Anna.
here.
I'm sorry. I was just letting you know something. I was just letting you know Noelle was on the stream talking shit to me.
And she's banned out. She went underneath that.
I don't know. She called me a whore. She actually called me a hoe. She said I was ugly. She told me to shut up.
I just hear Anna go, bitch, please.
I was just letting you know because you know.
Well, you just got her banned on her channel now, so we're just waiting for the other account
No,
to get in
Anna,
there.
don't worry about it. You and I went after her for.
My banned on that channel. So I don't know how she's getting through.
She went in your channel. She's banned on mine.
Yeah, but when I banned her, she was already under that name. It doesn't matter who's.
And I started screaming and scared everybody away. You're not even up on here yet. Your channel wasn't even on. She came on my channel.
I'd be damned if she fucking goes on mine.
Well,
No.
I don't have your channel ain't programmed in here, Brody.
But why not? How rude.
She really crossed the line.
Because of what? I thought she was talking to me.
No, I was talking to Anna.
Just tell Anna you and I took care of it.
Yeah, we took care of it.
Cody, Paul, and Jen took care of it. Because I started fucking screaming. She hit a nerve, and she hit me.
Yes, you started saying something, and I looked down the chat. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yep. I just came back in because I had to have Dan check something on this side of my shoulder because it felt like something was biting me.
Paul immediately just turned off his
I know.
camera. Like,
I
I'm
know.
not getting involved.
No, he's been dealing with a headache and stuff tonight.
I'm so sorry, Paul. I know you probably can't even.
That's not your fault.
Off.
You're sticking up for yourself.
Yep.
Just like I would. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna let anybody walk over me either.
Nope. We don't play that game over here.
We'll say some shit, then before you say anything else, we'll ban you. That way, it'll bug the fuck out of you.
Yeah, but I really did like scare almost everybody the fuck back off the channel, including Paul. Unfortunately, because Paul had a headache.
You weren't actually that loud. You kind of kept quiet. Well, not quiet, but you just had a mean demeanor. Did I say that right?
Yeah, she pissed me off enough that I saw red for a second.
I know. Like I said, I wanted to say some shit too, but thank God you kind of banned her first. You good, Paul?
I don't
Holly
even
want a
have his headphones on.
Holly want a cracker.
I think he stepped away for a sec.
Probably went to the bathroom. I don't know.
Oh, don't tell me she went. Anna? Oh, you're still in the bathroom. Okay.
I'm sorry. I had to take a Brody.
Oh.
Excuse me.
I thought I scared you off.
Well, apparently you scared the shit out of him.
All I know is I come back in the room and I hear a bitch and I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, I was probably gonna get all.
Angie said, "Sorry, Paul," but I tried to tell her, "Well, you were standing up for yourself."
I was about to get all of us banned for like a week or so.
No, because YouTube would have saw what she was calling you. So
yeah, YouTube would have. I would have bought that. I mean, I bought the other one too, and my video's back up from the other one when we did Betty. It's back up.
Cool.
I still had that, but they still gave me that fucking strike. I told him, I said, hey, we were commentating. I had all the stuff that was supposed to be. I had the music in the background. What the fudge?
You did everything you were supposed to do.
yeah, well, somehow YouTube is getting around the Constitution of freedom of speech.
Yes, it is.
Well, of course, because they're a publishing firm. They can do whatever.
That's why I'm waiting
for... Well, that's what they think.
That's why I'm waiting for Anna when she
they're fucking doing it.
When she does able to update her computer or tablet, and if it allows Kick, we're moving over to Kick once I figure out how to do StreamYards over there.
We can't do that because of Paul.
Paul can get in over there.
He doesn't have a cell phone.
He doesn't need a cell phone. All he needs is his laptop.
Oh.
But no, over there, we're allowed to do everything we want. We can watch movies. We can actually play music. There is no rules over there.
Whoop. Wrong one. That's a good settings.
Uh-huh. Sure, Brody.
All right. It's all
what, Paul?
Here.
Let me guess. You got one of those old ancient computers that you got to go like this and start it up?
No, it's just a bunch of beads on some wire.
Really? The old Atticus joke?
An abacus. I have a 1649 Abacus Chromebook.
He's got a hamster on the wheel that keeps it going.
No, it's a squirrel. Squirrels can run faster.
Oh, so you got your nuts at the end.
He's got a squirrel running, but the cats are making it run.
Makes it run fast.
That's why.
No, he's got a squirrel on the wheel, and he's got his nuts showing. So that way the squirrel can't get this.
He's got his cats doing it. That's why they're always begging for treats. We did.
No animals are being harmed. For any animal activists come here and try to accuse us, there is no harming of animals.
That'll be the next warning you got to put up there, Jen.
All right.
No animals have been harmed during this.
No people nor animals were harmed in the making of this. Cat,
okay, everybody, we're gonna shut down. We're shutting down for the night, so we will see everybody tomorrow, same time. And I'm not sure. I think Brackus is going to be on tomorrow, so I don't know if we're going to end up doing paranormal with them or what's going on yet. And Paul with his Halloween scary light.
It's a lot better than what he has on now.
Oh,
I don't know. His mask looks better than yours.
That's not a very good comeback.
Hey, at least he's ready for Halloween. He's dressed up like a pirate.
Arr!
Well, at least it's covering the better half.
All right. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Love and hugs.
Love and hugs.
Toodles.
Bye.
Hello.